What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. I am getting ready to work on some 6-inch channel locks. Channel lock brand channel locks. These ones right here. And I figured while I did that, I might as well just do a little video going over 6-inch channel locks, baby channel locks, and the ones I have and the ones I love. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is something that is just that I've discovered, or not discovered, I kind of already knew, but uh, I really love vintage channel lock brand stuff. Their pliers, as you guys know, I love channel lock. And I actually have two pairs of these 6-inch ones. These are the new style, the new channel lock brand pliers here. And while they are still amazing pliers for the money, especially made in the USA still, they, I think, to compete with all the Chinese tools that are out there now, to keep them at a competitive price, they have to cut corners. And I just wanted to compare these really quick. So I've had this pair of channel locks for years, but they're still the newer version. Like, I've probably had these for 8-10 years, and you can hardly see that laser etching where channel lock was, where the branding was. They get this kind of, everybody who's had channel locks for a long time knows that they get this kind of patina on them. I could hit it with the wire wheel if I wanted to. The handles are starting to get that discoloration, although not bad. Not like uh, not like these ones here that I got a while ago. But you can see these old ones, they're stamped in there, the channel lock, Pennsylvania, But vintage channel lock, their stuff was better back in the day. And I thought this was a really good example of that. These were sitting in somebody's basement, and if they were going to be really rusty, they would have. Like, I think these pairs would have been really rusty in the place where I found these. Look at the finish on these. It's totally different than, like, this is a relatively new pair. Like, I got these like maybe a year ago or something, because I thought I had lost these ones actually, so I picked these up. But you can see, like, just that finish is so much more. It's just a rougher, coarser. They didn't grind it like nearly as much as these. This is a really just beautiful pair of pliers, and it's stamped in there, channel lock 426. Not like this laser etching that they do now. And that stuff, it doesn't really matter to me that much because I buy these tools to use them. Like, I've been using these ones for years. They're some of my favorite. It's one of my favorite pair of pliers. I don't care that you can't see the channel lock name on it anymore, really. But it is cool to have that. And so and all I did was hit this with the wire wheel a little bit, and man, look how shiny and beautiful they are. So I decided I would put some plasti dip handles, kind of like these here. I love these diamond ones. You guys have seen these in other videos. I use these all the time. I keep them in my little pliers drawer in my toolbox. I use it working on my lawnmowers and my truck and other cars, and just anything where I need a little pair of pliers like this in the shop. I use these. They have really good little teeth. You see how those teeth go opposite directions? Like, these bite really good. This is a really good little pair. Dime Alloy, which is another vintage brand that I love. It's just a really good little pair of 6-inch channel locks. And so these kind of things, a lot of this stuff you're not going to find anymore because they just don't make it anymore. This USA made stuff. But those diamonds are my favorite. maybe one of my favorites. But I put this handle on it. I dipped this in red plasti dip, several coats, and then the last coat was a clear coat. I found the clear plasti dip, so it's got a little bit of a shininess now, a little bit of a film over the red. I love these handles. This plasti dip handle is really awesome, really really awesome, and I'm gonna do it to these. And I was like, I thought about just putting a blue, channel lock blue, but I kind of wanted to do something different. So I saw this. Uh, this is gunmetal gray. That's what I'm gonna put on these, and I think that's gonna look really cool with the finish on these, the way that it's kind of shiny, and these are gonna be some unique channel locks with gray, silvery kind of gunmetal gray handles. This is gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna do that after I make this video, and I figured I'd just kind of like that other video I made a long time ago with all my 10-inch channel locks. I thought I'd do a 6-inch channel lock video, kind of incorporate it into it. So yeah, I got 2 pairs of these 426s. Obviously, this one's a lot older. And I got a vintage pair of 426s. It's going to be great. I love the diamonds. Like I just love this little pair of pliers. Use it all the time. And one of my other new favorites that I've got recently, this is not something that you see every day. Wizard tools. These are a beautiful pair of pliers. The chrome on them is awesome, and the teeth are awesome. This reminds me kind of my Douglas channel locks that I love so much. Look how aggressive these teeth are. And they point the different directions, so they bite, kind of like a pipe wrench or something. And they're big, pointy teeth, and they're just cool. Circle grip, 6-inch. They got that really cool handle. Wizard. If you ever find any Wizard tools, pick them up, because they're good stuff. I have some Wizard 3/8 extensions and stuff and stuff like that are just really good quality. Made in USA. This is a really good pair of pliers. It is kind of like, it kind of punches above its weight. The way that it's designed, the shape of these teeth and the jaws, when it can get around something bigger than you think and still be kind of parallel. Like, look at that, how big that is compared to your classic channel locks. So, this is them with the handles squeezed together all the way and all the way open. But once you start opening these Wizard, I mean, that's pretty parallel still. You can still get a pretty good bite, or like all the way open and pretty much completely parallel. That's how wide they open. But this is as wide as the channel locks go, being parallel. If you try to make them as open as those Wizards are, you see how you're not going to get a good bite. Like, you're going to be touching like one tooth in the back or something on the top jaws. So if you try to get them as open as these Wizards, they're not going to be, they're all cockeyed. But these Wizards, they get a good bite and stay parallel, pretty wide open. So I've actually really enjoyed using these for a few things around the shop, where I was like, man, these fit on some stuff, some bigger stuff than like your regular pair of channel locks does. So I was actually pretty impressed with these. I keep them on my shop bench, and they're kind of the go-to ones right now on the bench. If I'm working on the bench and just need a little pair of channel locks, these are the ones. Especially since they bite so well, these are really good. The only thing is, I wish they had some different handles or something, but I can't cover up the Wizard. I just think that is really neat, and in here, alloy steel, I just love when it says stuff like that. And the chrome on these is just beautiful. It's a really nice chrome job on these pliers. These are unique, really cool find. And then I think I'm gonna put the video of the restoration of these out. It was kind of one of the first restoration videos I tried. I'm still kind of working on editing it. But this pair of pliers, this is a Klein little pair of 6-inch channel locks, and it's similar to your channel locks, you know, similar to these, not exactly the same, you know, similar to these. But this was completely rusted up. Like, I mean, it looked crazy how rusty they were. And I took this pair apart and grinded all this, and they look beautiful now, don't they? But I've been using them a lot. They're in my main tool bag right now. They're just a good pair of yellow little 6-inch channel locks, you know. But I had fun restoring these. I wish they said Klein, but there was no saving the Klein logo. These were so rusty. I had to completely take layers of finish off of these with the flap disc. But now they're good as new. And then I wanted to give a shout out to these little baby guys. These I actually have grown to really love. And these are even smaller. These are like 5.5 inch or like 5 inch or something. Little Nipex Cobras. These are great. They're great for like every time I keep them in my blue like plumbing pouch that y'all have seen. And they're awesome because they're so small. They just go down in that pouch, and I almost, I mean, I think probably every time I replace a faucet, like a kitchen faucet or something, I end up using these for something. Getting up in under a sink cabinet and getting on something. These are great. They open up, you know, wider than any of these, you know, like even the circle grips, the way they, you know, have a pretty wide opening. It's, you know, actually, dang, these really compete actually with these Nipex. Pretty amazing. But the Nipex have the biggest opening, and they're really small. It's basically the size of your hand. If you can get your hand somewhere, you can get these somewhere. And everybody knows that the way Nipex designed their teeth, you know, they bite really, really well. It's really the same, you know, like people act like Nipex was the first company to have teeth pointing one direction and the other direction and have them biting really well. But you can see that the wizards do the same thing, you know. But these do bite. I mean, they bite great. They really do. But these little guys are great. And then I figured I'd just do an honorable mention, even though these are like the 7.25 pair. This is a really good size too for like everyday channel locks. This is the Nipex Cobra 7-inch, 7.25 inch, or whatever. You know, it's a little bit bigger, but the versatility you got with that opening is pretty dang good. So I figured I'd throw these in here because I use these just about every day right now. They're in my EDC pouch. So I do want to say that the Nipex Cobras, they're really good. I like them. They're not my favorite, but they're growing on me. The more I use them, the more I get used to the button and the curved jaw. I'll never really get used to the curved jaw. I won't. I prefer channel locks like this. So that's why in my dedicated kits, I always have these straight jaw channel locks because they're my favorite. And these I have in my little plumbing pouch, and they really do work well for that. But definitely the straight jaws are my favorite. These circle grips, if you ever see a pair of these, pick them up. I'd love to find a 10-inch pair of these. Someday maybe I'll find one on eBay or something. But these Wizard circle grip ones are really, really cool. Maybe my favorite is these little Dymaloys. I love these guys. Use them all the time. And I don't know, maybe my real favorite is these because I've just used them for so long. They've been with me for a while. You know, I've fixed a lot of stuff with these guys here. But next time you see these boys, they're gonna have a really nice gunmetal gray handle. I'll dip it probably give it 4 or 5 coats of this plasti dip, and then the final coat will be with this clear, and it's gonna be great. So anyway, baby channel locks, can't live without them. They're one of the bread and butter go-to tools that everybody needs to own, and shit, you need a bunch of them if you ask me. Thanks for watching.